Hi guys, welcome back. This is Lisa with another From Dumpy to Diva Introduction to Itrackbites tutorial for you. Today we are going to talk about calories as your secondary metric. We get a lot of questions about this, so hopefully this will help clear up some of the confusion for you. I'm going to cover a couple of things. That is how to turn it on, how to determine what calories you should be having for the day, and just some general guidelines in how calories are tracked in the app itself. So we are going to jump right in and get started. The first thing to know is that secondary metrics, which can be tracked as either calories or macros, is a pro subscriber option only. So if you are not a pro subscriber, you will not see this feature on your choices on your screen. Okay, what you need to do is once you go into the app, you need to be in your settings tab, so fourth line down, settings. And you'll see second up from the bottom is secondary metric. Now you can turn that off. You can choose calories or macros. For the purposes of this video, we're going to talk about calories, so change that to your calories setting if it isn't already there, and hit save. All right, now we are going to go into weight loss plan. Okay, so the way that we're going to work out how many calories you need to have or for you to change in the metric if you have a certain amount that you are looking to specifically track is by setting your manual allowance tab. You'll see that that is the green tab that is currently turned on right now. So with the manual allowances tab on, if you know how many calories you wish to track and you don't need to see the rest of this video and how to determine them, all you do is click on the calorie allowance and you can change that to any number that you like. When you're finished, tap on the finished calorie amount on the left-hand side. That will close up that little tab for you. And then if that were the calorie target you wanted to have and to use, then you would just hit save and you'll be all done. That means that when you come back to your tracker screen, which is done by touching the little clipboard icon in your bottom left-hand corner, you'll see now that I have a calorie bar under my daily bites totals, and that reflects now the number that we set with our manual allowances. So a few little notes. The first thing is that calories and bites do not equal each other, especially on Sugar Smart and Better Balance. The perfect example of this is that I have a yogurt, and that yogurt is 150 calories, but it is 8 Smart Bites. If I had 3 of those yogurts, if I was on Better Balance, and I'll use this as an example, if I'm on Better Balance and I had 23 bites a day, so that's you freestyle people who have 23 points. If I had 3 of those yogurts for 24 bites, I would be finished for the day, but I would only have consumed 450 calories. They do not line up with Sugar Smart and Better Balance because of the sugar consideration that goes into the equation and how much some things are penalized because of that sugar. So it's really important that you understand that if you are on one of those two plans, more so than the other ones, your bites and calories may never line up. Calories are there when you use them as a secondary metric. They are there just to keep an eye on how many calories you're using a day. It's not meant for you to use a bites-based plan and then still try to even out your calories. On Conquer Cravings, which is the old classic, which is the same as the old momentum, turnaround, and 1, 2, 3 success plan, it's much more similar. They're much closer together. 50 calories is one bite. It's pretty much, they line up much more. And on Carb Conscious, which is the old plus or Points Plus plan, it's about 42 to 45 calories per bite, and they line up somewhat better. But again, that's not the purpose of having calories as a secondary metric. You're not supposed to make them match. Okay? If you want to pay attention to calories, then that is where you need to be using the calorie program and taking bites out of the equation altogether. All right, having said that, let's go back into settings. So our gear wheel in the bottom right. And now I'm going to talk about how to determine what your daily caloric goal should be. I know when a lot of you first turn it on and you see the number on your calorie bar, you're kind of freaking out a little bit, and you are I've had a lot of people that have messaged me and said, this can't be right. These calories are way too high. So the first thing to remember is that the American Health Association recommends a 2,000 calorie a day diet for the average person, which they consider to be a 150-pound woman of moderate activity, or a 180-pound man, again of moderate activity, and for men, they are recommending 2,500 calories a day. The way that we work on losing weight is that we are creating a calorie deficit. And depending on the amount of that deficit will depend on how much weight you need to lose, how quickly you're looking to lose the weight. So the best way to determine that number is to go back into weight loss plan. And we are going to temporarily switch over to calorie command. This is going to let you get the information that you need, and then we can plug that in. All right, so I want you to go to weight loss plan, and at the very bottom, you're going to choose calorie command. Now, you'll see that right now, if I chose calorie command, it has given me 1,873 calories a day. And if you look at the third line down, you'll see that is for a fitness goal of losing 0.5 pound a week. This is the number in general that shows up for everybody when you first turn on calories as a secondary metric. You are seeing a total for losing 0.5 pound a week based on your current profile information of age, height, weight, goal, activity level, gender, all those sorts of things are factored in. Now, a lot of people, most people, want to lose weight faster than that. And so what we do is go into your fitness goal, and Calorie Command is the only program that has this wheel. This is why we're using this as a guide. In this particular option, if I were going to maintain my current weight, you'll see that that number, the daily allowance number at the bottom of the screen, has now changed to 2123. That is the amount of calories that I would need if I did nothing different and I simply wanted to maintain exactly where I am based on my current profile. When I change that to lose 0.5 pound, you'll see that number in daily allowances has changed. We're at 1873. If I wanted to lose 1, the number changes. Lose 1.5, the number changes. Lose 2, the number changes. And there are even options for people who are looking to gain weight as well. So I'm going to use 1 pound as an example. And I just want to throw a little information in here as well. You could eat exactly the total that any calculator, nutritionist, dietitian, trainer gives you. You could eat exactly to that number every single day and still not lose exactly the amount that it's telling you is calorically potential loss. So a lot of people immediately go to lose 2 pounds a week, and you may lose 0.7, you may lose 4 pounds. Everybody's body is different. This formula is based on creating a calorie deficit where in the course of a week, 3,500 calories should equal a loss roughly of 1 pound. But I can tell you now that it doesn't work that way. And please do not get disappointed or frustrated if you come in here and you say, okay, I'm going to do the lowest calories possible. I want to lose 2 pounds a week, so I'm going to calorie restrict to 1,200 calories. When you get to maintenance, and you are then trying to keep that weight off and not continue losing, your calories are going to go up, the same as your bites or points would go up, and that can cause problems if you really restricted quite low. So for example, if I, as a 250-pound woman, started at 1,200 calories, when my metabolism stabilizes, and I've reached a point where I'm no longer losing on those calories, I then have to drop the calorie target to restart that weight loss. So let's say at 250 pounds, I decided to start at 1,200 calories, and then I got down to, say, 200 pounds, and my weight loss stopped. And I decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to drop my calories to 1,000. Well, then what happens when I get to 170 and I plateau again? You know, then are you dropping your calories to 900? Are you dropping your calories to 800? Your body cannot function like that. The recommended minimum that anybody, and this is medical issues aside, the recommended minimum is 1,200. So if you start as an overweight or obese person on 1,200 calories, you have no wiggle room for plateaus, for needing to do a metabolic shakeup. So it's just something that I want you to consider when you're looking at these numbers. The lower that you start them, the less room you have to decrease later. Now, I will tell you that me personally, I am currently doing 1623. So, and I do the calorie plan, and I am currently doing, that was my calorie target. Last week, it was 1637. I had a 2.6 pound loss. So it doesn't, just like bites and calories don't line up, calories and a guaranteed loss of the amount that you're seeing on this target are also, they don't always line up. Okay. All of that said, I want you to basically pick a number that you feel is livable or that you understand or that you're wanting to target, you know, however you decide on this number. Once you have that number figured out, you are going to back out of this screen. And on Android, you have an arrow in the top left corner, and I believe on Apple devices you have the save or cancel option. So in that particular case, you're just going to cancel. We don't want you to have to change your plan over to calories unless that's something that you specifically want to do. Okay, so you have this number that you have decided on. All you're going to do now is go back into your weight loss plan, and you'll see that has now stayed. I switched over to Sugar Smart for this particular video. And so again, my manual allowances tab is turned on. Let's say that in looking at that calculator, I decided that I wanted 1623 a day. So I'm going to change that number, 1623. And then I am going to save. So now I am saving that calorie allowance under my current plan. So I'm going to hit save. And then again, clipboard, bottom left-hand corner. When I go back to my tracking screen, I now have that new total reflected. All right, so quick review. Settings, bottom right corner. The first thing you do is go into settings, go into secondary metric, make sure that your calories bar is turned on. Hit save. Second thing, we go into weight loss plan. We change the weight loss plan to calorie command. You come down to your fitness goal wheel. You look at your options. You decide what you want your target to be, and you back out of this screen, or you hit cancel if you are on iOS. Then we go back into weight loss plan one more time. The manual allowances tab we are going to turn on. We're going to tap the number shown beside calorie allowance, which will bring up our wheel to change. Sorry, going the wrong way there. We're going to set that to the number that we decided on, 1623. You're going to tap the actual entry itself on the left-hand side to close that little wheel up, and now you're going to hit save. Once you've saved, flip back over to your tracking screen, which is the clipboard in the bottom left-hand corner, and you should now see a calorie bar with the correct calorie amount that you allocated on the screen. One final note about manual allowances. If that tab is turned on, your weekly and daily bites will not change as you lose weight, because you are essentially freezing that information, locking it into position. So if you are going to use calories, set calories as a metric, each time you weigh in, you will need to go back into your weight loss plan. You'll need to turn off manual allowances, do your weigh-in. That will adjust your daily and weekly allowances, and then you'll have to turn the manual allowances tab back on again if you have new information there. Otherwise, the data will never change. Okay? As always, if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments section or message me on Facebook, and hopefully this will clear up a few things for you.